Hey everyone, did your surgeon tell you not to weigh every day after your surgery? Mine did. Did you listen to him? Me neither. Um, Today I want to talk to you about why our surgeons told us not to weigh every day and why we do it anyways. But first, hi, I'm Joy, the Gastric Sleep Coach. I'm a registered nurse and a health coach, and I help people to get their weight off and their adventure on, talking about mindset, activity, and nutrition. Okay, so today's mindset topic is all about our relationship with the scale. From what I gather, our surgeons don't want us to weigh every day because they don't want us to freak out. They know that our weight fluctuates from hour to hour, day to day, just based on fluids, our hormones, all sorts of variables, besides, our core weight. And so they are trying to save us some stress and anxiety by telling us only to weigh once a week. Why do we do it anyways? Because we're stressed out and anxious and freaking out. So I don't know how those two could come together. But if you're like me anyways, you want to know what's going on, especially when you first had your surgery. You've put a lot of hope into the surgery helping you to lose the weight you wanted to lose. And so you feel like you got to keep constant tabs on it and you have to know where you're at. There can be a few other reasons. I think for the most of us, though, that's why we want to know. We're a bit anxious about it, and we're doing everything we can, and we want to see those results. And if things are going off track, we want to know about it quickly instead of before it gets out of hand. Someone asked me just the other day, how can I stop myself from weighing every day? What can I do to stop weighing every day? And my answer was, throw your scale away. I don't think besides getting your scale to where you can access it every day, if that's something that's going through your mind, then you probably are going to. If you're not ready to just throw the scale out and never look at it again, I have a few tips to help you manage that relationship and put some healthy boundaries around it so that you can get that information that you want. You need that feedback of what you're weighing, but have boundaries so that it's not driving you completely insane, okay? First thing would be to actually acknowledge that your weight does fluctuate from day to day and from hour to hour, even depending on how much you've drank, how much salt you've had, where you're at in your cycle, any number of things. There's a lot of variables. So just acknowledging that is the first step into not getting completely wrapped up in every single day's number. And then the second thing you can do with that is once you've acknowledged that, pick the same time every day to weigh yourself so that you'll have the most consistent number that you can, even knowing that it will still fluctuate some. So for a lot of us, that's weighing first thing in the morning, right after we go to the bathroom. So wake up, go pee, weigh yourself. And that gives you a decent baseline. It still does fluctuate, but it's a nice, consistent way. If you weigh yourself one day in the morning right after you got up, and then the next day you weigh yourself right after dinner, you're going to be kind of depressed because you're probably going to have like a 2-pound gain. And it's not really a 2-pound gain. It's just different from what time of day it is and that sort of thing. So acknowledge the differences. Weigh yourself at the same time every day. And then number 3 would be to journal it. I know I talk a lot about this watch, but it's a Garmin. I always say Fitbit, but it's not a Fitbit. But any of them, Fitbits, Garmins, whatever, they have programs that track your steps and all that jazz, but they also let you put your weight in. Or there's, I'm sure, 101 apps that you can put your weight in, or you can put it on a calendar. But if you put it in a computer program, then if you have a day where you gained a couple of pounds and you're anxious about it, you can pull up that graph and ask it to show you a couple of months worth, and you're likely going to see that 2 months ago your number was here, and then today it's here. Now there was a lot of jiggly lines between then, and then this jiggly line's up, but it's nowhere near it was 2 months ago. So being able to see the forest instead of the trees, just take a step back and view it from a more big picture, you'll see that you are losing weight. And if you're not, then that would be a time to address it with your nutritionist, your surgeon, whoever you need to address it with. But more likely, if you're especially new in your sleep journey, you're going to see that it's going down, but there's just fluctuations day to day. So it's a really good tool. If you're going to weigh yourself every day, plug it in somewhere so that you can look at the graph, you can look at the bigger picture. All right, so that's the 3 ways that you can set boundaries around your relationship with your scale, guys. Acknowledge that it's going to fluctuate. Do it at the same time every day. and graph it so that you can see the big picture every now and again. All right, if you like this message, subscribe, hit the bell, comment so that we can keep in touch. And if you're looking for a pouch reset alternative, go to the links below. There is a link for a free pouch reset alternative program. And if you want to join my closed Facebook group, go to the description and I'll have a link for that there. All right, I'll check y'all later.